Hello, I'm Mark McQuillan. Now the main stories in London. A man has been jailed for a rape in Richmond after a DNA breakthrough. Nearly 20 years later, Lyndall Campbell will serve 6 years after his attack in a Mortlake pub in 2004. Police say he offered the victim a place to stay and raped her twice. He was identified following a match relating to another crime in 2018. Children were seen being rescued from the roof of a shop after a fire in southeast London this morning. Photographs show firefighters at the scene as smoke billowed from the building in Woolwich on Beresford Square. The shop has reportedly been destroyed. It's not known if anyone is injured. 1 million people have signed a petition calling for the Met Police to be held criminally accountable after the shooting of 2 dogs in East London. Officers were called to Poplar on the 7th of May after reports of a dog attacking a woman. The owner of the dogs was tasered and the animals were shot. The Met Police referred themselves to the watchdog, who are investigating. The Elizabeth line has opened in full today, completing the delayed Crossrail route. Services are now running between Reading, Berkshire and Essex, and with more trains every hour. The complete line was expected to be in place by December 2018 and has gone over budget by an estimated £4 billion. A father from Epsom who lost his 3-year-old son to cancer is preparing to take on a huge endurance challenge in memory of him. Sam Hall will cycle nearly 4,000 kilometres in an effort to raise money for the charity that supported his family when they were at their lowest. Jay Akbar has the story.
He was an amazing boy. That's why it's such a big sort of loss and hole in our heart that he's no longer here. But although it's very hard to sort of think about him, it still makes me so happy to know that he was my son and I've had him for 3 amazing years.
Sam's son died from a rare form of cancer last year. In Sep's honour, he's taking on a challenge that defies belief. A 2,500-mile bike ride through 8 countries in 21 days. That's further than the Tour de France in less time.
I wake up in the morning, have my breakfast and just get out on the road and sort of try and do as many miles as possible.
It's the kind of task that requires otherworldly motivation, and Sam's is
just to create a legacy and memory for Sep and do something that is worthy of his name and the child that he was. And also as a sort of cathartic thing for me.
Training has become his life, but whether he's up a mountain or just down the road, Sep is always there.
Whenever I'm riding, I have many thoughts through my head, but I always have a little picture of him just down here. In that little way, I'd like to think he's somewhere smiling and proud of what his dad's doing in his name.
Of course, Sam's not just cycling for Sep. He's doing it for the charity that stood by his family and continues to. So really, he's cycling for Seps everywhere.
We enjoy doing it, you know, as hard as it is. It's just to be there for that support for the families, and then for them to do this for us, and you know, they know how much it's helped and how much it's going to help another family and many other families with this amount that Sam's hoping to raise.
That amount is £50,000. Sam's already over halfway to his fundraising goal. With every pound raised and every mile covered, he's proof of the lengths a parent will go to for their children. Jay Akbar, ITV News.
And the very best of luck to Sam. Time now for the sport.
Zero Accounting Software sponsors ITV Regional Sports Report.
In the Women's Super League, Chelsea are closing in on the title after beating London rivals Arsenal 2-0. Emma Hayes' side know they'll be champions if Manchester United fail to win tonight. In the Premier League, West Ham pushed Leeds closer to relegation with a 3-1 home win. And in the past hour, Chelsea were beaten by new Premier League champions Manchester City. Julian Alvarez scored the only goal. Time now for the weather with Chris Page.
Feels like home, whatever the weather. Valent Boilers and Heat Pumps sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
Hello there. Very good evening to you. There has been some sunshine across the capital today. Some shallow mist and fog as we started first thing this morning at sunrise for our early rises, but that soon burnt off to reveal a fairly fine day. And it remains fairly fine as we go through the week ahead too. This area of high pressure, the Azores high, stays in control of our weather, keeping our weather fairly quiet. There'll be patchy cloud at times, but with the winds coming in from a northerly to northeasterly direction, always a touch cooler across the eastern side of the capital as we go through the week ahead. But for the rest of this evening and overnight, we've got some clearer skies, a cloud tending to thicken up here and there, but for most of us tonight, a fairly quiet night to come. A little breezy, like I said, across the far east, but otherwise dry, and temperatures should hold up between 9 and 10 degrees. We start first thing tomorrow morning as we go through much of Monday, holding on to some sunshine. Again, some mist and fog to start, but that will soon lift and break to reveal another fairly fine, sunny and bright day to come. Top temperatures in the range of 19 to 21 degrees Celsius, that's 70 in Fahrenheit, but do remember that our UV levels are now in the high category. And with that high pressure in control, it stays fairly fine as we go through the last week of May. Sunny skies for much of the region on Wednesday. Pollen's next.
Valent sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
Hello, summer. Piri sponsors ITV Pollen Count.
And as for the pollen forecast, pollen levels will remain at low as we go through the coming few days. That's because we're at the beginning of the grass pollen season. If you're still affected by hay fever at the moment, that's because tree pollen is moderate. Bye-bye.
That's it for now. Goodbye. Have a great evening.